Hi everybody. Today I wanted to talk about helpful thoughts and unhelpful thoughts. This week I have really struggled with unhelpful thoughts and I've had to really work at the helpful thoughts. So I thought I would give you the benefit of what I've been struggling with myself and show you how I've used those to my benefit and to my cost this week. So I've had two experiences this week that I will briefly show you, one weight related and one not weight related. So my not weight related one was to do with my health this week. So many of you know that I have a condition called hemicrania continua, which is a pain related constant head pain that I have for the rest of my life. Full stop. This week I have had a totally unrelated shoulder rotator cuff injury it's an old one that's really flared up as a result of coming off of one of my painkillers, which is a great step forward for me. It is one of the ones that has been the most profoundly affecting my weight that I was on for controlling my hemicrania continua. And one of the main reasons that I put on the weight that I did. And so I was delighted I basically had a meltdown with my neurologist and said, I can't stay on it any longer. I'm just so fed up with all the weight gain. And so I'm off it. And we've managed to get me onto another one, which is fantastic. But coming off of it means that it's an anti-inflammatory. So I've had flare-ups of other conditions. One of them is my shoulder. So I've been in a lot of pain with my shoulder, a lot of pain. I can't raise it much more than about there. Can't do my bra up, for instance. I can't put clothes on properly. I have to get this arm on first. A lot of pain, any jarring, and I get this shooting pain. Actually, it goes that way. So one of the unhelpful thoughts I've had going on is lots of them actually. Why me? Life is so unfair. Why is it always me that gets these health things? Why is it me that's always surrounded in pain? I'm always in so much pain. For sake, why is it that I'm always the one who has the health stuff going on? It's so unfair. Life is so unfair. And all that sort of unfairness, anger, sadness, that sort of stuff, those sort of angry, sad, really pissed off feelings, if we're not careful, if you don't get control of them, any sort of uncomfortable, really difficult feelings can lead to emotional eating, which if you don't sort of get control of around that, can lead to eating off plan. I'm really, really proud of myself this week. The thing I'm most proud of is I have not gone down that route. I am very, very focused on staying on plan. I'm not in any way tempted to eat off plan. So I've been 100% committed to staying on plan. I've put in place other measures to deal with that. So that's not the way I've gone. But if we don't, and the reason I'm sharing all this with you is if we don't get on top of dealing with this sort of stuff, then that's the sort of way that we can be led. So dealing with those sorts of unhelpful thoughts is really important. So that's one area of my life where that's come about, and I was aware that with me, that sort of anger around my health stuff, what happens with me, it doesn't lead me to emotional eating, but what it does do is it makes me feel really low around my health, and I tend to withdraw into myself, and I can get a very low mood, and I tend to withdraw from people around me. So it doesn't lead to the emotional eating side of things, but I can feel myself starting to get lower in my mood. So I knew that it was something I needed to do and I needed to address. So the other thing was today when I jumped on the scales on my weigh day, and I'd only lost 1.8 pounds, and boy was I fed up about that, because at the end of week 4, it's the end of my first month, I should be on target for losing about a stone on the step that I'm on, and it meant that I'd lost only 10.8 pounds, which wasn't the stone that I was meant to have lost by today. I'm 3.2 pounds short of that, so I'm not on target to lose a stone today, which that sort of the thoughts going through my head was, well, it's not working then, is it? I'm not on target. At this rate, I won't be back to a healthy BMI at the time that I've set myself to be at. So it's not working, is it? And all those sorts of negative thoughts, unhelpful thoughts that can kick in. So what this is called is mental crusher, as I've learnt this week on my CBT course. So all those thoughts I'm having, it's not working. This is the mental crusher. I'm not going to lose weight as fast as I can. I'm not going to, these represents all your thoughts, by the way. This is the mental crusher. I'm not going to hit my healthy BMI when I'm going to. This is just not working for me as it usually does. What's the point of doing this then? If we talk about my pain stuff, I'm going to be in pain for the rest of my life, and it's always me this is going to hit, isn't it? And the mental crusher stuff is just that sort of, so here's all these thoughts all building up and building up and building up and building up. Actually, what I've learned about my pain stuff is it's totally unrelated. They're not linked at all. My hemicrania continua stuff is not linked at all to what's going on with my shoulder. They're totally unrelated. And I've been able to separate the two. Whereas what I've done by thinking they're all the same is they're all kind of linked together. And actually my, the weight stuff is totally unlinked. They're not linked at all, but I'm pushing them all together as the same sort of stuff. They're not linked. So the hints here that just to basically what you've got to do is separate them all out, get them all out of this mental crusher. They're not linked. Your thoughts aren't linked. That's the point of that. So what you need to do when you're in this situation is you've got to just take a deep couple of breaths, calm yourself down, take some deep breaths. And then you need to use some logic. So what I've done is I've just used logic, and I've thought to myself that these two things aren't linked with regards to my pain. They're totally unrelated. The pain with my shoulder is unrelated to the pain with my hemicrania continua. The weight loss stuff is totally unrelated to all the thoughts I'm thinking are just, they're not true. Look for the logic. You need to look for the evidence. So what I've done is I've thought to myself, okay, hang on a minute. If I just use the weight related stuff, I am 57. I'm postmenopausal. I'm on another drug that slows down my weight loss. Hang on a minute, I'm actually diagnosed with hypothyroidism, so that slows my weight loss down. So I can't compare with what I've done before. I'm on thyroid meds now, and I've only just started them. And I'm on the smallest dose, and we're doing blood tests in 6 weeks. So that might mean that they increase my drugs. So that might speed things up a little bit then. So early days yet. So that might then increase my weight loss then. So stop thinking you won't hit goal when you set yourself the target of doing. Early days yet. Actually, I might do a poo tomorrow. Sorry to be a bit blunt. And actually, when you do a poo, you can easily lose 3 pounds. Oh, and actually, I've been taking some other meds for my shoulder pain. So that could be causing water retention. So actually, that might be why I've only lost 1.8 pounds this week. I'm going to take some photos, which is what I ended up doing. And I did my measurements. And oh my God, when I saw those photos, if you haven't seen them yet, go onto my Facebook page. As soon as I saw those photos, good grief. So unhelpful thoughts are just awful. Look for the evidence. Use logic. Get rid of those unhelpful thoughts and just look for the truth in the situation. And you've got to really work at really letting go of unhelpful thoughts. Calm yourself down. Look for the evidence, because unhelpful thoughts are just awful, and they can really, really cause a real breakdown in weight loss.